Hey everyone, welcome back to the Azure Data Factory session. For the past 2-3 sessions, right, we have been looking about CosmosDB in Azure Data Factory. Okay, so this session is also going to be on CosmosDB, but specifically with respect to data redundancy. Okay, what is redundancy? What is replication? Okay, assume you have a data center in India. Okay, and suddenly there is some natural disaster occurring in India, particularly affecting the data center in which you have saved your data or you have kept your data. Okay, so what will happen after the natural disaster is your data center will become down, the data might get lost, the data center itself might get destroyed. Okay, so it is always better if we have copies of same data in multiple different regions. Okay, apart from India, we can have the same copy of data in North America, similarly in Australia. Okay, when we have redundancy of data like this, there is no problem, even no issue where even one of the data centers go down because of some electricity problem or natural disaster or whatever be it, whatever the reason may be. Okay, so it's important for us to make the data redundant across different regions and different areas. Okay, for us to have utmost availability and with no latency. Okay, so I hope this redundancy or replication is clear. It's just having the copy of same data in different regions. All right. Okay, so what are the benefits? As I said, right, high availability. Even one of the regions go down, one of the data centers go down, the data will still be available in the other regions, so it ensures high availability and low latency. See, in the previous slide, right, assume you have users only in these three areas. Okay, North America, India and Australia. If you have a data center in Europe or in Africa, then the people who are sitting in India or Australia or America, right, they'll feel some latency or delay while accessing the data center present in Africa. Okay, so it is always better to have the data centers or regions enabled nearby users region. So if you have many users sitting in America, have a data center set up in America, and if you have in India and Australia, enable regions in India and Australia, so that people from that particular region will definitely will not face any latency while accessing data. Okay, so this is all about low latency. We can enable read and write regions in different regions for ensuring low latency. Okay, so these two are the main benefits of having the data redundant and enabling the redundancy. Okay, all right, so we need to know about certain terms in CosmosDB. It is nothing but CosmosDB read region and write region. Okay, the main benefit that I'm seeing in CosmosDB's read and write regions, right? Assume you currently have 2-3 regions enabled, and suddenly you are going to get more users from other regions. So you have to enable different regions in the CosmosDB. It is not going to take much time. It's just going to take couple of seconds to enable this redundancy. Okay, we do that is what is I'm mentioning. Easy to add or remove regions in no time. There will not be any downtime while you are adding or removing regions in CosmosDB. Okay, that is one of the important points to note down. You might think if we are going to add regions or remove regions, then the DB might go down and it will affect the accessibility and availability and etc. Right? You need not worry about that. There is not going to be any downtime, even 0 seconds. It's going to be seamless. Okay. Okay. What is a read region and what is a write region? So we have to know about this to go further. Okay, where we have designated a region to be read region, right? We cannot write to that region. Okay, but on the other hand, if you have a region to be a write region, you can perform both read and write from the same region. Alright, so while creating the CosmosDB account, right, we will be choosing the write region in the same window. Okay, this is the window that we will be using for creating the CosmosDB account. So I have explained about this particular screen in 2-3 sessions back, so please watch my earlier video for knowing more. Okay, here the location that we are choosing, right, so that is going to be the write region by default. Okay, so what about read regions? We can enable read regions in the Azure portal. Okay, so coming back to the portal.azure.com and choose the CosmosDB and come to replicate data globally. So this is where we are going to add or remove regions for enabling the redundancy. Alright, how to do that? So as I showed you, right, you have a map here wherein whatever regions are present, they have highlighted it. Okay, so it's just a matter of clicking it to enable regions. Okay, so by default East Asia is my right region because that is what I chose while creating the CosmosDB account. Okay, so read regions, there are no read regions actually. So this East Asia is the only place where the reads are going to happen as well as the writes are going to happen. Okay, if you want to enable more read regions, why do we have to do that is see, apart from this East Asia region, right, you are going to get more users in other regions, and you want to make more read regions. So how you will do that is, apart from East Asia, I want one to be added to South Central US and one in Australia, Southeast. So similarly North Europe. Okay, so like this you can just click on the icons present over map, right, to enable the read regions. Alright, so this is how we keep on adding read regions to make the data redundant. So apart from doing this and saving, okay, once you add read regions, just save it. Okay, apart from doing this, we are not going to do anything for replicating the data or making the data redundant. So this is as simple as that in CosmosDB to make multiple read regions. Okay, you can also have multiple write regions. For that you have to enable this. Alright, so that is how we are adding read regions and write regions in the CosmosDB account for enabling the data redundancy. In the next session, I am going to tell you something interesting about manual failover and automatic failover. And then in the upcoming sessions, we will also be seeing about consistency. Okay, these are all very important concepts if at all you are going to appear for the certification exam in Azure data architect exam. Okay, so just let me know if I have made this clear, and if you have any doubts, please let me know in the comment section. Okay, if you haven't subscribed to my section channel, please subscribe and support me. Thanks for watching. Keep supporting.